So we're going to start a brand new adventure. First thing we got to do is create a character. So I'm going to re-roll those. That's not very good. You can roll just as much as you want until you find something you're really happy with. That'll play. All right. Okay, so alchemy is a lot of fun in this game. I'm going to pick some things. We may switch some things around in a minute. It is really, really important that you have at least one melee weapon skill. Um, Probably not. I mean, you can do bludgeoning weapons, so that's really great for staves, maces, hammers, and clubs. Um, so strength and speed. So the helpful tip here, I can go cleaving, axes, machetes, and similar. So strength and speed. Need to kind of pick a type of weapon. Swords, all strength and speed, basically for all of them. Thrown weapons of strength and dex, as are bows. So if you want ranged weapons, your choices are really thrown or bows, or we can go for elemental arcane, and that'll do direct damage. So that would be an intelligence-based character. Um, Divination for healing. If you have any ideas on a character you want me to see me build, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, I think what I'm going to do is probably build a magus. So I'm going to take these two. I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm not going to be worried about being stealthy. I'm going to go ahead and take heavy armor. Now, the way armor impacts your spellcasting ability has to do with the amount of weight in your hands. So the more weight you're carrying in your hands, the if you have too much weight, it'll impact your ability to cast spells. In fact, if I look through the manual really quickly, I believe it says specifically. I don't see it right off the top of my head, so we'll just play it by ear. It's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna take those three things. Now I need a melee weapon. Knives and daggers are great. They don't do a lot of damage. Swords, they're gonna do swords, cleaving, or bludgeoning. Let's go with, again, feel free to leave a comment in the chat if you have something specific you want to see me try and do. I think for Magus, we're gonna go the sword and magic style with heavy armor. I just won't wear the armor on my hands. And swords tend to be a little bit lighter than maybe some of the other weapons while still doing good damage. So that'll help with my spell casting. All right. So now that we're here, we want at least one in pick locks and we want one in cartography. Cartography, the mini map literally won't work at all until you have at least one rank of cartography. We're only going to take one though, no more. Because we'll have a chance to buy these up. A lot of these we'll have a chance to buy up later. Let's see, spot hidden is really useful. Oh, and I can't take any more. Well, I could get rid of alchemy, but alchemy is one of the fun parts of the game that I really want to show off and play with. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And so I've got the things that I absolutely must have, which is my ranged attacks, my melee attacks, my armor, picklocks, and cartography. It's just a really hard game to play without those. And alchemy is a lot of fun. So there's a lot of things I'd like to get. I'll have chances that we level up in the future. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and take one up in my swords, and let's go ahead and one up in my elemental arcane. So let's look through these really quickly again. Note that elemental arcane is intelligence based, so let's bump that up to 15. Heavy armor, you'll notice it doesn't say a whole lot there. I need intelligence and dexterity for picking locks. Um, sword strength and speed. So let's bump those up. Um, just bump those up to 12. I don't want anything lower than 12. I can't bump that down at all. Concentration is your ability to maintain mental focus. It is the mental version of endurance and impacts mental focus. So that's really important. Perception affects awareness and intuition. It represents your character's ability to perform acts of magic and divine channeling, and is the basis for all maximum mana points, magic resistance, and mana regeneration. Okay, so what we're going to do, wisdom can be low, that's fine. Endurance and dex, I don't want it to be much lower than that because that does impact our base armor rating on our 2 hit. Feel like I'm going to take it down 1 to that affects armor rating as well. So we're going to bump the strength down just by 1, bump that perception up 1 for right now. Okay. All right, so we can pick a class actually. So we've got a couple choices. Magic users start with elemental skill. So if we do that, pick lock, it doesn't really matter. Do we want to be a magic user who's also a fighter, or fighter who's also a magic user? All right, let's do fighter who's also a magic user. Okay. So that goes up 1 on the sword. So I can actually pick 1 more skill here, which is perfect. I want to take either spot hidden, mercantile is helpful, meditation could be really, 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 really helpful. All right, let's go ahead and do, because we're a spellcaster, we're going to go ahead and do meditation. Just 1. Boom. There we go. That's a good list there now. Axiom. So atheistic, no higher power is the idea. Immune to curses, but also immune to blessings and altruistic healing from a cleric. That's probably okay for our character because we're going to have alchemy to help us heal. Druidic is pretty tough sometimes if you want to go underground. Virtuous faith, they automatically receive bless and can cast it, but they're much more susceptible to being cursed. Nefarious, I really don't want to do that. Immune to healing from altruistic cleric or priest, or agnostic, just no ups or downs. We're going to go atheistic though. What we're going to do is no ability to be cursed, but also no ability to be healed by a cleric. We can get a boost to endurance and concentration, or speed and strength, perception and wisdom. Let's go. Let's go Berean. Speed and strength. Nice. Perfect. We'll bump that down 1. Bump the intelligence up 1. Like that. Cool. And we need a name. All right. And we're ready to go. The title is based upon axiom and class. So an atheistic fighter is called a mercenary. And I can pick a different portrait. That works for me. Ready to exit. All right, we're about to jump into the world. Let's do this.